All right, Shalom. Let's start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Abrakakadash. The bonus to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopefully elect. Coming at you with a quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. Lord willing, this lesson may be edifying. Let's start in the book of Isaiah chapter 14. All right, verse 14, verse 3, it says, "And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve." When is this going to take place? When we're in the kingdom. Because right now, we don't have no rest. Okay? We're incomplete, and we're talking about Israel as a whole. We don't have no rest. Okay? We are in complete sorrow, mourning, vexation, fear, all these things, right? And all this, see, when we get to the kingdom, it speaks of, matter of fact, let's just get it. The book of Revelation, chapter, I want to say 21. Is it 21? Yep, 21 verse. And let's just jump to the point, verse 4. It says, "And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away." And this is speaking about the Israelites, okay? Because in the kingdom, ain't gonna be none of that, right? Ain't gonna be no ailments afflicting us. We ain't gonna be in hard bondage made to serve, being afflicted by the heathen, starting with Esau, Edom. We ain't gonna be afflicted in the mind. You see? And this is what we waiting for, man. Okay, because we want peace. We want rest. Right? We want to be able to serve our power in complete righteousness. We want to be able to, enjoy our lives. Because this ain't living. We want to be able to enjoy our children. You can't even do that in this society, man. Let alone enjoy some clean natural water, right? Clean natural food in its, in its entirety, right? What about the same with the air you breathe? Okay, we can go on and on, but we're not going to see or get or experience none of these things until we are in the kingdom. And that's just the truth. All right? The scripture speaks about we are yet this day in our captivity. Whether you want to believe it or not, you are not free. Okay? You are in hard bondage. You are subject to payments, Israel. So when we go back to the book of Isaiah, and I'm just moving in the spirit, right? The book of Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1 again, or verse 3, Salakia says, "And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how have the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased." And it's the oppressor that is talking about Esau, Edom, and the city that is talking about America, Babylon the Great. This is that great city, which is spiritually called what? Sodom and Egypt. This is where it's talking about. Right? So it says, "Yahweh have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers." And this is getting ready to take place. Okay? We're waiting on our Lord Yahushua to do this, because why? He's the King of Kings, and he's the Lord of Lords. All right? And anyone, dares to try to get in his way, they're going to be ultimately destroyed. Okay? And we know there's going to be a great fight, which is also known in the scriptures as the war in heaven, where it's going to be Esau, Edom, okay, his military power, against Yahushua and the Holy Host, the angels. You see, scriptures talk about them thirst fighting, even though they're gonna be in awe or in fear. They still gonna fight against the Lord, man. And they're gonna get obliterated. You see, it says, "He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke." He's still doing that till this day. Till this day, this madman is still running around the earth, smiting people continually. Right? Making people's lands desolate. Destroying people's heritages. Yeah. This is Esau doing this. Right? And he's doing it by the power of what? By the power of his blessing. And what is his blessing? The sword. That's what he was blessed with, the sword. Okay? And what else does he have with the sword? Or what has he gained with the sword? Right? Through the acts of violence and the acts of and the words of deception. The fatness of the earth, which was granted to him for a time. Okay? But we are letting you know as the prophets that time is almost over, Jack. Your time is almost over, and you know that. It says, "He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth." So when this man is took out of power, I'll read it. It says, verse 7, "The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing." This is when this man is taken out of power. The earth is going to be in a state of rejoice, right? Let's continue on. It says, "Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee." You see? Even the fir trees are going to rejoice when this man is taken out of power. Check that out. It says, "And the cedars of Lebanon, saying, Since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us." So it's going to be a beautiful thing when Esau Edom is took out of power. Not for just the people, but just for the earth. For earth's sake. Right? It says, "So hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even on the chief ones of the earth. It have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations." Yep, there's a rising right now amongst the nations against Esau Edom. Right? If you can't see that, I don't know what you're not. You just clearly not paying attention, because this is happening amongst the other nations as they're rising up, whom are considered the dead. Okay? And Esau, guess what? You on your way to destruction. Right? Verse 10, it says, all they shall speak and say unto thee, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Because you got to think, Babylon the Great is this place or this nation of people are looked at, or once was looked at as gods to these other nations of how powerful they were. Of the power they had even behind their weaponry. People wouldn't dare speak against America, Babylon the Great. They wouldn't dare even to go against an agreement or disobey an order. All but nations is just doing it all the time now, getting sanctions put on them, and they like, man, I don't give a shit. I'm still gonna do what I need to do. If you got a problem with it, then hey, so be it. Do what you need to do. Nations wouldn't dare say that, but now this is how the nations feel. They like, look, man, you weak as us now. We got some sort of power too. Scriptures also go into it in Joel the 3rd chapter. It says, let the weak say I'm strong. Right? So it says, thy pomp is brought down to the grave. Right? And I think pomp goes into, matter of fact, let's see, pomp. When someone's pompous, I believe it goes into like a glorious state, honor, or something. Let me see, pomp. Ooh, it says 1300 ostentation and display, especially of a parade, a pomp of what? Magnificent. A display, escort, literally ascending, used in the deprecatory sense for worldly display, which we see America doing. A vain show, right? The meaning, feeling of arrogance and vanity. Also, usually paired. Let's see, early 14. Pride. What else? Pompous. Oh my goodness, pompous. Look at that one. Pompous. Characterized by exaggerated self-importance. Oh my goodness. Come on, man. If this ain't talking about Babylon the Great. Right, so it goes into arrogance, or person that's being arrogant, person that's being pride, of showing a self of that this is Babylon, okay? That's what this is Babylon. All right. So it says thy pomp is brought down, your arrogance, your pride, your vain show, what you have displayed to the world, which was nothing but wickedness. Okay. It says, thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and thy noise of the vials, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen, O heaven, from heaven, O Lucifer? And this is going into the enlightened ones. Okay? They light bearers on the left-hand side. This ain't talking about the spiritual demon Satan. Okay, gathered up a few angels because he ain't like what the Lord said, and he just happened to disobey his word and they went to go do their own thing. Nah. Okay? Nah, that's not what that's talking about. Read the book of Job. Told you how Satan comes and inquires, of the Lord of how to how he's going to deal with Job. You see? It was a back and forth conversation. It wasn't like, the Lord told Satan that he can't do this and do that, and he went against the grain. It's like as Satan went against the grain. Nah, he understood what he could do and what he couldn't do, and that was that. Okay, he couldn't do nothing outside of his power. So it says again. It says, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?" You think that's the spiritual demon Satan running around the earth weakening the nations? No, Esau done that. He is running around the earth weakening the nations. Right? Every nation have got weaker, okay? Dealing with, the gameplay that America, Babylon the Great played on them. And yes, you could say kind of, even though they have build an alliance, okay, with people to become more strong, allies, right? It's kind of like you scratch each other's back. If something is happening and I need your help, then you come to my aid and vice versa, and it can go on various different levels of various different things. Okay, depending on what a country might need help of, or the particular ally might need help of, and vice versa. So I mean, there was some type of, type of some form of help, but not as these countries stop, because now later down the line, as they're starting to see, they're like, "Oh, we got bamboozled." Okay, look at our people now. After having dealings with this group of people, this nation. Look at our people now. Look at the way they think. Look at the way they behave. Look at the way they act. All the bullshit that Esau brought to their countries. Okay, and through Esau bringing his philosophies, him bringing that golden cup, full of abominations, democracy, all that, right? These nations are completely through. Okay, they through, and for the most part, a lot of them it's too late for them. You know, they society or country is finished. You know, but now they fight. Now they fighting against it. Like, you know what? Whoa. This Babylonian propaganda. We can't play this on our airwaves. Nah. That's out. You know, we seen the destruction that it's doing to our people. You know, that's why certain places, like when you deal with, I believe it's either Japan or China, one of them places over there, right? And it could be, it's probably multiple, but I seen a few. I just can't remember which, who exactly, if it was like South Korea. I know China was one of them though. As far as like TikTok, right? The things that those children watch on TikTok is not the same thing that's being played on TikTok over here in Babylon the Great, right? I seen a TikTok, and a TikTok was more of educational. You know what I'm saying? Educational, where you can just forms of many different things. Not for the most part with Jake. Jake's TikToks, shorts be about folly. You know, either a woman, showing off her body, twerking, showing her chest. Even when it's like cooking, when she cooking, before you even see if she even pretends, even if she probably don't even cook. It's like a pretend, right? But guess what you see? You see her. You see some size D's. Why she supposed to be trying to show you a cooking tutorial? But the first thing you see, right, before you see the pot, okay, is some size D on the screen with her standing right in front. Like, I didn't watch that for that. This is talking about a cooking tutorial to make some a chicken Alfredo from scratch, and what I see is double D. Like, come on, man. I mean, there's just so many more examples I can give, but it's just to show you that, that the thinking of Babylon the Great, what it does to the people. And these nations noticed it, and they like, hell no, this got to stop. We allowed this for too long, and we see the grave mistake that we have made. This ends now, and nations are banning certain apps, that's being played over here in America, and so much more. All right, but I mean, that got besides the point. I just, shouting it out there. But at the end of the day, Esau Edom was the one who weakened the nations. Okay, completely. These nations are completely weakened, through his folly. All right. But last but not least, guess who's about to be not even just weakened? Guess who's about to be destroyed? Esau Edom. Esau Edom and his whole wicked power structure that he have set up throughout the planet Earth. Okay? To make you people think that wickedness is okay and how wickedness is being normalized. Well, guess what? Little do you know, okay? Little do you know is all this madness that's going on, all this accepting that you're doing with this madness that's going on, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai is going to destroy this place, and he's going to destroy you if you are in agreement with it. Okay? And that's just what it is. So I was just something quick that I want to touch on to the spirit. Lord willing, who is edifying. So the next time I want to say shalom.